How do we know how long ago?
No, like literally not even 2-3 minutes ago.
Okay, so I'm back in. I don't know whether everyone's in the room still.
Yeah, everyone's still there. They're still waiting. They're messaging saying it dropped out. So just if you can turn it back on, just keep going.
Yeah, okay, no worries.
They're all there.
Can we just have someone send a message saying, where did you go?
Yeah, Drew dropped off your face and typing can be seen. So everyone could see me. Hey, so just keep going.
I love technology. Okay.
Dear.
Here. So hopefully you see my screen down. So the goal is to be, so I think the goal is to become sovereign. And I just want to put some perspective. I just want to put some perspective around that. Can people hear me still? Can you getting
your screen
feedback then?
We can see you. We can't see your screen.
Okay.
Yeah, you're back on. You're back on.
The screen was the screen on then?
No, you got it. You're not sharing screen. It's just you.
Alrighty.
This is what happens when you put two builders, construction workers together.
No, you know what happens? No, this is what happens when you move to a new technology platform.
This is Australian internet at its finest.
Actually, that's it. That's got a big part to play in it. I'm actually 4Ging off my mobile phone at the moment. Okay,
quality.
So can you see the slide digital economy versus traditional economy?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So I just want to talk about this quickly. I think for those of you on the call, you've got to have a bit of a mind shift on where we're at the moment. Like right here, right now, we're in a unique time in human history. This is the first time in human history that an everyday person has been able to access technology readily available and a low cost, and also a low-cost outsourced workforce that's highly skilled to compete on the world stage, so to compete marketing globally against corporations with huge marketing budgets. This will become a time in human history known as the rise of the self-made man and women. And if you look at if you go back over the course of the last 10 to 15 years, this is the first time in human history where an everyday person has been able to package the knowledge they have in their head, market it to a global audience, and become an instant billionaire overnight. And, you know, a couple of examples that spring to mind is obviously Mark Zuckerberg in Facebook, and then all of the other little tech companies that came after him, and then more recently people like Uber, you know, being able to come up with an idea and then productize that idea and then disrupt a whole industry. So you need to think about the impact that the digital economy is potentially now having in the world. And by digital economy, what I mean is that people have a thirst for information. It's sometimes called the information age. People also have a thirst for training and education and shortcuts. So there is a whole economy that's running out of step with the traditional bricks and mortar economy. And if you remember, even back to my story that I told before, you know, I was really rooted in the bricks and mortar economy. I was a builder and then I had a finance company. But more recently, everything that I do is just marketing, just digital downloaded products and distributing coaching programs and events and the like all over the internet. So that is rooted in the digital economy. And that opportunity exists for everyone. Scott, are you still there? Can you still hear me? I just want to make sure that we're still on.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
So let's get into some fundamental training, because these are your big takeaways for the people that are on the call. I spent a bit of time on this when we were in Melbourne at the Freedom Lifestyle Summit, and this was a big aha moment for everyone. See, everyone, and I want to take you through 2 slides so we ground tonight some essentials, and these are fundamentals. Think of it like this. Every single person on this call today has arrived here because you were invited here and you came into the process as someone else's traffic, right? So for some of you, you're on Nick Halleck's list, and for others, you're on my list or Scott's list, and you were invited here. So you were traffic surfing on the internet or receiving an email, and you acted upon that. So by definition, you are the traffic. You were the traffic. you were then funneled into some type of follow-up sequence, right? You were filtered and sorted and segmented. You were followed up, right? And you then arrived at this webinar. So let's just call this webinar, for all intent and purpose, part of the product mix. And this could be the front end of the product mix. It could be, you know, if there was going to be a pitch on this presentation tonight, and I won't disappoint you, then this would be part of the product mix. So just think about that for a moment. Everyone's first experience is as the traffic. I would presume that everyone on this call understands what we mean by sales funnel. A sales funnel is something that, you know, if you arrived at a web page and you put your email address in, and then you were taken to another page from there, and then from there it asked you to do something else, and then you were taken to another page, and from there it made an offer to you, and then you got your credit card out and purchased something, and then you got a follow-up email, and then you were taken to a thank you page. That is a sales funnel. And what happens is, as you progress through that sales funnel, you're then filtered and sorted into either a browser, a buyer, a repeat customer, right? So you're being filtered and segmented. As you're being filtered and segmented, you're being placed in a follow-up sequence that is geared to upsell you, downsell you, and convert you, no doubt, into a lifelong customer. Right, and then what good systems will do will then upsell you into a tiered product mix. Tiered product means a company that has a deep sales funnel and a deep product offering of products that potentially rise in ascending value, like ours do. We have products that go all the way from, you know, $49, you know, right up to $30,000 and everywhere in between. That's a tiered product mix of ascending value. So think about that for a moment. Everyone enters as traffic. And this is the fundamental problem with the psychology of most marketers on the internet. They think the problem with their business is they need more traffic, because that's how they entered the process. And if I was to actually survey each and every one of you on the call tonight, you would probably say that your perception, it would be your perception, and it would be a conscious response. If I was to ask you, what is the number one problem with your business? You'd say, I need more traffic, right? Which is your way of saying, I need more customers to sell to. However, it doesn't matter whether you've got one customer or 100 customers, one lead or 100 leads. If you actually don't have an effective selling machine, so a sales funnel that's designed to influence and sell and give your potential customer an experience, and then allow you to segment those customers, because every pool of customers forms what's called a customer pyramid. You're going to have the top 4% that are going to be lifelong repeat customers that buy from you over and over and over. All of your low-end products, your back-end products, your high-ticket products, they're going to be raving fans. And then you're going to have at the bottom of your customer pyramid all of your tire kickers that are going to do absolutely nothing. And then you're going to have a mix of everything in between. So if 100 people walked into your virtual shop front today, they would create what's known as a customer pyramid. Now, what I'm saying is, if you don't have an effective sales funnel that filters and sorts and segments and follows up and converts and continues to offer products and services to the customers that you've already acquired, then you don't have an effective business. You don't have an effective and efficient selling machine. So it doesn't matter whether you've got one lead or 100 leads. The economics of your business model doesn't make fundamental sense. And every single person well, I shouldn't say that. Most people in online affiliate marketing think the number one problem with their business is traffic. And it's not. The number one problem with most people's businesses is they haven't built an effective selling machine and they don't have a robust process for following up their potential customers and converting them into buyers and then nurturing them to establish them as lifelong repeat customers. So these are essentials that these are essential ingredients that need to be fundamental to your business model, and we can teach you that. Second thing is, you need to now have a shift of thinking. Just imagine for a moment that you're not the traffic. Just imagine for a moment that traffic is just pushed to the side and you're now thinking like a business owner and you're looking at the economics of your business. And by the economics, what we mean is just think for a moment that you've built an effective and efficient selling machine, right, that has an inherent follow-up process that displays your company's products and services in its best light, that is designed to filter and segment your potential customer base. So you're showing people appropriate things at appropriate time. And the sales funnel supporting that gives those potential customers the experience that allows them throughout that process to actually be filtered and segmented and followed up and to work on their psychology and so on and so forth. Because it doesn't matter how willing you are, if you have 100 customers walk into your virtual shop front, they're still going to form a customer pyramid. And some are going to browse, some are going to buy, some are going to be repeat customers, and some are going to be raving fans and lifelong repeat customers. And when you understand what that looks like to your business, you can then establish what's known as your average customer value. And once you've got an understanding of your lifelong average customer value to your business, that can drive all of your decision making around traffic, right? That will drive all of your decision making around traffic, because if your number one objective as a business owner is to acquire customers to sell to, then fundamentally your responsibility is to acquire customers at whatever cost makes economic sense to your business, conscious of what the average customer value is worth from a lifelong perspective to your business. Now, if I'm losing some of you on this call, that's okay. That's the whole reason why we have a coaching program. And that's the whole reason why we want to work with you, because if you don't get these fundamental principles right, it doesn't matter how many solo ads you run, it doesn't matter how many Facebook ads you place, that's not the problem with your business. So you need to start reverse engineering your thinking, and you actually need to start working back to front. Does your business have the right product mix? Does your business have the right follow-up sequence to actually convert potential customers into buyers and lifelong customers and repeat fan and raving fans? Does your process filter, sort, and segment so you can actually follow up and persuade and influence the right customers at the right times to take the right action? Do you have a sales funnel constructed that actually allows you to meet your target market where they're at and take them through an experience that allows you to even filter, funnel, follow up, and offer them your goods and services? And only when all of those elements are in place do you need to worry about traffic. Traffic comes last. So you need to start to reverse engineer your thinking, right? And then I want to float this other concept by you. Scotty, how are we going? How are we going for audio?
Yep, everything's fine, my end. I can hear everything.
Perfect. So I want to float this other idea by you. And this is a big concept, and I want you to write this down. Lots of people think that traffic is something that they have to go and do. I've got to go and get more traffic, right? And that's what they say. The problem with my business is I have to go and get more traffic. What if for a moment you actually changed the way you thought about it and just simply accepted that the traffic is already there? You don't have to go and get anything. What you actually have to do is construct a an efficient selling machine, mindful of what your target market is, and understand where they're already hanging out. And you just need to go and place that inside the traffic. The traffic already exists. People have this notion that they have to go and create it. It doesn't need to be created. It already exists. If you want infinitum solo ads, then you can get solo ad vendors. They're all around you. And if people say, well, yeah, but I went and ran a solo ad and I paid 30 cents a click and I didn't get a conversion at the front end and this didn't happen and that didn't happen. Well, was the problem the traffic, or was the problem the fact that you had a really horrid squeeze page, a terrible offer? You were trying to attract red umbrellas but selling to pink elephants, and there was nothing efficient or effective about your selling machine. So the issue is not traffic. The traffic already exists. You just need to go where the traffic is. Now, these are big ideas, but you've got to get these principles down. So what I'm saying to you is if you had the right coaching, mentoring, training, and support, and you built out an effective sales funnel that had all of the elements in place to filter and sort and display your goods and services and meet your primary target market where they were at, you could go and simply place that where that traffic already is. And you would make sales hand over fist compared to the next affiliate marketer, because everything is probably wrong with their business. The sales funnel is probably wrong, and they're probably looking for their ideal customer, but in the wrong traffic source. So again, this is something that we can help you with. I'm going to skip over this pretty quickly. I just want you to pay attention. We can do some more training around this when you join us in the coaching program. This is the question as a marketer and as an online marketer that you constantly need to be asking yourself. What is the number one thing I need to improve next? Is it traffic? Is it conversion? Or is it economics? Imagine for a moment that you've tested and tweaked and you've got the ideal sales funnel, you've got the ideal conversion process, and now you're actually testing different traffic sources, right? So the question in that scenario would be, what's the number one thing I need to improve there? Well, it could be traffic. What if you know that you've got the ideal traffic source, but conversions aren't right? So you'd want to then go and look at your conversion process. What if you had the right traffic and it was converting okay, but you weren't actually making enough money? So there's something wrong with economics. So this is the number one thing that you need to constantly ask yourself every day in your business. If something's not delivering the result that you desire, what is the problem? And Scott and I actually do this all the time. You know, we've been testing various things at the moment and working with all different types of traffic, from banner advertising to Facebook to some solo ads to buyer leads. There's all different things going on at the moment. And interestingly for us, at the end of the day, the issue that we've always come back to if we're not getting the result that we expect is that the sales funnel is not compelling enough and the conversion process is not right. Because there's plenty of traffic there. There's plenty of traffic there. Okay, so this is just a small part. This is just a small part in the answer to your big problem. Okay, so bottom line is that if you keep doing what you're already doing at the moment and you're not getting the results that you expect to get, and you keep doing that, you're going to fail. So I suppose my call to action for everyone on the call today is, if you think you're failing because you don't have access to traffic, then I'm going to challenge you on that, because I reckon that probably the fundamental issue for most of you on the call today would be that you don't have the right sales funnel and conversion process in place. Many of you on this call would be part of our current offer. some of you would be considering being part of our direct sales business and offer. So it's not the offer, because we know that there's a target market for the offer, and we know that we know the traffic sources that are looking for that target offer. So the issue is going to come down to, what does your front end sales funnel process look like, and what conversion process have you got in place to convert those potential customers into people that are even engaged in the initial follow-up sequence. So if you keep throwing more, what I'm really saying to you is, if you continue to throw more traffic at the same problem, you're going to continue to get the same result. You need to go back to the drawing board and have a look at your sales funnel. So you've got one big problem. You probably haven't got a clue how to set up a complete automated top-tier funnel. This is the predominant issue, I think, for anyone that's looking to get started, just getting started, intermediary, someone that's having hit and miss type of results. If you're wondering what the fundamental difference is between the people that are making millions of dollars online and those that aren't, it's predominantly rooted in this, the fundamentals. The fundamentals of their business are sound. So they've got a high converting sales funnel. They've got front end and back end products. They've got a conversion process that involves multiple touch points. So daily emails, weekly webinars, social media interaction. They're touching them on multimedia, with different types of media and through different types of mediums. So it could be article, it could be blogging, it could be video, it could be audio, it could be podcasts. Right, so multimedia and different mediums they're touching people with. So bottom line is, you need to set up a complete automated top-tier sales funnel and conversion process. So you're going to be, and if you don't, here's where you're going to be. You're going to be frustrated with zero leads, annoyed you're getting no sign-ups or duplication, making little to no money, going further into debt, feeling frustrated and overwhelmed. You're going to continue to waste time, and you're going to have to continue to do what you're currently doing, working that job or the business that you're dissatisfied with. Now, I don't want that for you. And the good news is, this problem has been solved, and it's been mapped out and documented and blueprinted. And it's what we call the TTI marketing system. So that's just an acronym for Top Tier Income Marketing System. All right, TTI marketing system teaches you how to leverage a fully automated done-for-you system that pays both front-end commissions of low ticket value, and then higher ticket back-end commissions. And for those of you that are looking at this for the very first time and possibly involved in other affiliate programs or even MLMs, there's a fundamental problem with that. See, we're in the world today where there's a rising cost of traffic on the internet. And for people that don't want to do belly-to-belly recruiting and all of that sort of stuff, and you actually do want to set up an automated leverage system, so you want to use technology, you want to market on the internet, you want to access a global market, you want all the benefits of that, you need to be working with something that allows you to earn small front-end commissions that fund your business and traffic investment, and look to make your profit from the sale of higher ticket back-end products and programs and courses and mastermind events. And if you don't have a business system that has what we call ascension built into it, inherently built into it, where you can acquire a customer on the back end, on the front end, to sell to them on the back end, then you're probably destined to fail. And the reason why is because with the rising cost of traffic, savvy online marketers like me and Scott and other people that are working with an ascension model and do have access to make those higher commissions, they're going to be able to outspend you in the marketplace. So they're going to be able to outspend you. And that's going to be the primary issue with your business. Gone are the days where you can make tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars from selling one product. You need a tiered a tiered product mix with products and services of rising value. It's a bit like that. Think of it like the upsell model at McDonald's. You know, you can imagine how unprofitable McDonald's would be if everyone turned up and they just said, you know, they ordered a cheeseburger and that was it. Because we know that the sale of the cheeseburger probably produces somewhere in the order of 20 cents in profit to McDonald's. It's the upsell of the super fries and the shakes and everything else that go along with it that actually make up 80% of their margin. And you can go and get the breakdown of that. Same principle applies here. You know, gone are the days where you can market one product on the internet and think you're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars and, you know, live the life of your dreams. So this, so with the TTI coaching system, it's a fairly simple yet effective online sponsoring and sales system. It'll work for you, even if you're just a beginner. In fact, we like working with people that aren't tainted. If you've never generated leads before, if you're scared of technology, if you don't have a biz op to promote, if you have many biz ops to promote and none of them are working or some of them are working, if you've been doing this for years, if you're looking to scale your income, like literally, if you're somebody that's on this call and you've been able to get, you know, somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000 a month, but you've never been able to get from $10,000 to $50,000 a month, then we can certainly help you with that. This will work for people that they haven't actually been able to get any results before, or you aren't even a network marketer. And for those of you that are on the call that may be involved in a network marketing business, I just want you to think about the potential of adding high-ticket direct sales to your current efforts, because for the same amount of time, money, and effort in leveraging the internet and having an ascension business model, you will exponentially increase your results. So you can have big chunks of cash up front today and the residual income benefit of your MLM longer term. So you can mix and match. And this is obviously good for people that have never made any money before. Or even if you think you've absolutely tried everything, we challenge you to come and work with us here. So look, I could go on and on and on. There's a couple of things here that I just want to get to. I'm going to flick through this. I'm going to cut to the chase here because let's get through all of the fluff and hype. There's two slides that I wanted to talk to. Because I know we've been on this call for a while, and then I want to make an offer to everyone on the call. I just want to talk about this slide for a moment. Scotty, are we good? Are we good with the audio? Can you see this slide?
Yeah, mate. Yep. Learn skills, marketing systems, leverage, self. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to end the webinar in a moment, but I want everyone to just think about this slide for a moment. You can get whatever you want in the world today, but only to the extent that you're prepared to learn some new skills, right? So I'm not going to give you one of those cliched responses like Zig Ziglar, you can get whatever you want as long as you help enough people get what they want. We all get that, right? But let's not kid ourselves. Unless you're prepared to retool, to reskill, to relearn, to develop some new skills. And remember, I said the average age of customer that I've spoken to, over 4,000 people, the average age, and I'm not talking 51%, I'm talking about 85, 90% of everyone that I speak to is over 45. Most people are having a life change experience. They're realizing that there's not going to be enough money in retirement. They're realizing that they don't actually like their corporate job. They're realizing that they can't cover the private school fees. They're realizing that they just want more life. I mean, let's get real about this. That is not going to happen in today's economy, in this fast-paced world that we live in, unless you're prepared to learn some new skills. These don't need to be highly technical skills that you need to learn, but you do need to learn some new skills. So there's some retooling. That's the first thing. So you need a coaching program, you need mentoring, you need support, you need guidance. You need somebody to be able to debunk the myth, all right, and get you on the right learning path. Second thing that you need is sales and marketing a sales and marketing system. Just think about it logically. Unless you're actually prepared to invest years and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in developing your own online business and being the system business owner and handle all of the product development and the sales and marketing systems and the technology and the customer support and the checkout and everything that goes along with being a traditional business owner, but just leveraging the power of the internet, then you need to borrow from someone else. And that's what we would call affiliate marketing. So you need to be working with a proven marketing system. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be a BizOp, but maybe it is. But no doubt you're going to need some type of sales and marketing system to leverage off to get you up and running quickly. And I often say this to people: you're better off working with something that's working while you're learning some new skills and getting the right type of guidance and support to get you to where you need to be to get over the hump, right? Over the hump. So you can then take a breath and have the time to go, okay, now what does my online business look like? Where do I want to take this thing? What are the lofty heights that I want to scale it to? And for some people, it's just creating an additional $500 a month, or it could be a few $1,000s a month. For some people, they want to do it at a ridiculous level, and the challenge to themselves is to become a multimillionaire leveraging the internet. And then for others, it's somewhere in between, but it's got to be whatever is meaningful to you, right? And like I said, it's usually easier to develop new skills and work with something that's already working and have coaching, mentoring, and guidance and support to get you to where you need to be to get over the hump, so you can actually take that breath and go, okay, where to from here? The next thing that you need is you need to leverage technology and people. You need to be able to leverage technology and people. Now, I don't care what BizOp you're with, and I don't care what top tier direct sales business you're with. Let me tell you right up front, there is no one system does all. There is no one system does all. It doesn't exist yet. I'm sure there's many people behind the whiteboard trying to nut the whole thing out, but there isn't one system does all. So you are going to have to, what I call, close couple systems and people together. You're going to have to close couple systems and people together. The number one thing I wish I had have done sooner in my business is outsourced. Outsourced, outsourced, outsourced. I'm not overly techie, and nor do I want to be. I want to have a good overall understanding of the process, but I want to be able to leverage the expertise of people that will work for pennies on the dollar in their local economies that are highly technical and have them working in my business, right? So you need to be able to close couple the efforts of other technology and people with your sales and marketing system and the skills that you're developing. And then sitting in the middle on this slide, I'm saying, just be your authentic self. Because I know that there'll be people on here that are thinking, well, you know, when are we going to talk about personal branding and the important role that it plays, and you know, and becoming, you know, a spiritual entrepreneur, and you know, and giving back and all of this sort of stuff. I get all of that. Don't think I don't get all of that. Don't think I don't understand the important role of attraction marketing and all the rest of it, and living your truth and being your authentic self. And that is the best way to be in any undertaking. So that's why I say that sits right in the middle. So yeah, we can help you with that. We can help you be your authentic self and understand what your brand needs to look like, and help you position that in front of your target audience and work out how and when we segue them into your income opportunity. But make no bones about it, you have to have something that solves a problem for them. And in the process of doing that, monetize that, so you not only help them, but you help yourself being yourself. And then I put this other circle over here because I think all of us, you know, maybe the ultimate definition of sovereignty, personal sovereignty, is the attainment of self-actualization. And isn't that actually what we're here for? Isn't that what we're actually here for, to evolve to be the best that we can be So you can wrap up for all the people that are, you know, deeply passionate and spiritual and whatever. There's a lot wrapped up into that into that circle there called self-actualization, and I get that. Living our authentic truth. And how do you do that? Well, in today's economy, you need time, money. You need time and money to do that. You need money to give you the time, because time's the number one precious resource that you have. So you need to make a lot of money to contribute and serve. You need to make a lot of money to self-actualize. You know, all the love and mung bean and, you know, law of attraction is not going to do it for you. The self-actualization is actually going to come from learning new skills, leveraging sales and marketing systems, developing technology, close coupling it together, getting good with people, leveraging all of that so you can actually self-actualize. This is a tight-knit circle. And I want you to think about this in closing out the call. I consider TTI coaching to be a connector of close couple systems. And I say that because one of the things that I've come to know is that you have to have multiple streams of income outside of your primary business opportunity or whatever it is that you're focusing a predominant amount of your time and energy on, right? Because if that company product or service or company owner gets hit by a bus or wakes up tomorrow and says, hey, you know what, I don't want to play that game anymore, you want to make sure that you've put yourself in a situation where you're sovereign. And the only way that you can do that is to learn some skills that vest in you, to understand the role that any sales and marketing or direct sales business plays in your online business, not their online business, your online business. So what does your online business look like? Well, I can tell you it's going to take time, money, and effort to put it together. Right? A little bit of time, money, and effort to put it together. And what you have to determine is whether the pay value is worth the prize, whether the pay value to you is worth the prize, right? And then we can help you close couple systems and develop multiple streams of income through finding the right systems that need to fit together to allow you to leverage technology and the efforts of other people, so you can live a life that you love. And we want to play a role in that. So here's my call to action. For the people that attended the Freedom Lifestyle Summit in Melbourne, that spent 2 days with us. So we've got three groups of people on the call. For the people that registered but didn't attend, what I need you to do is send an email. So I need you to send an email to drew@tticoaching.com. So drew@tticoaching.com for those people that registered but didn't attend. And I just want you to shoot me a little email that says, hey, Drew, we registered for the event, but we didn't attend. However, we're interested in Nick's offer, and that is to work with the coach on a one-on-one basis and get access to the top-tier income coaching system. So send that to drew@tticoaching.com. For those of you that attended the webinar and spent 2 days with us down in Melbourne, what I'd like you to do is send a message to scott.smith. So scott.smith@tticoaching.com, scott.smith@tticoaching.com, or myself if you can't remember that, but scott.smith@tticoaching.com, and say, hey, Scott, it was fantastic spending the 2 days with you in Melbourne. I'm ready to start my coaching, or I'm ready to get more involved in your business system, and I'm reaching out to you to schedule a strategy session. So
I've just posted the 2 emails in the chat.
Okay, perfect. So for those of you that attended the 2 days, you need to reach out to Scott and you need to schedule a strategy session so we can get you up and running in our program. So for the people that registered, are on this call, that registered but didn't attend, you're going to send an email to me, and I'm going to make sure that you've got access to the system and a coach to work with. For the people that attended, you need to schedule a strategy session with Scott so we can get you up and running. For those of you that were that found your way here from my Facebook page and/or were invited here by a guest or somebody that's associated with TTI Coaching, what I'd like you to do is reach out to me. I'd just like you to send me an email to drew@tticoaching.com and say, hey, Drew, I was a guest on the webinar tonight or last night, if you do it in the morning. I found some of the things that you talked about of interest. I'd like to understand more about the TTI Coaching program and how it can assist me. All right, and what we'd like to do then is just go through just a short one-on-one interview. So we just have a chat with you, understand where you are right now, what you're looking for in a business, you know, whether this is something that is of interest to you. Because let's face it, we only want to put time, money and effort into people that are serious about actually creating a change in their life. So if you're serious about, you know, starting an online business, but you don't know what the next step is, then we'd love to hear from you, and we'll take you through a quick, you know, initial coaching call. From that coaching call, we'll be able to understand whether there's a good fit here. And if there is, same thing will apply to you. We're going to show you how you can get started in the TTI Coaching program and work with us on a one-on-one basis to allow you to get what you want out of leveraging the power of the internet and working with us to create a better life, and one that you can love, that will give you, I think, if you learn some skills, the time, money and effort, the time, money and the flexibility to work wherever you want. And that's certainly what many of the coaches here have been able to do. Scotty, is there anything that you'd like to say just in wrapping up?
No, just I put the emails in there, so get in touch with us, and we can get you set up. And the people who were at the event, we've got the basics, so we can continue and get you through a bit quicker. I'm pretty good.
Okay, fantastic. All right, guys, I hope you got something out of this. The purpose of this was just to literally give you a few things to think about, and obviously the TTI Coaching program is all encompassing. So we're going to take you through step by step through, you know, initially there'd be 21 sections of content that we'd take you through, so you understand everything about top tier direct sales and how to leverage an established system. But more importantly, we're going to actually get into, you know, the development of the mindset, the skill set. We're going to talk about all aspects of personal branding. We're also going to get into the tools that you need to actually close couple everything together, because like I said, there isn't one system that fits all. But in our years of experience, we know what you need to couple together to allow you to get what you want, and we can put something in place that will allow you to scale this to, you know, either a few $100s, a few $1,000s, or if you're a really big thinker on the call, you know, help you to, you know, create a significant income working online. So my name is Drew Innes, and on behalf of Scott and the team here at TTI Coaching, I thank you for your attendance, and we look forward to hearing from you via email. And just keep a lookout. We'll be running another one of these webinars. We're actually going to start running webinars on a weekly basis. They'll be really tight though. We'll have a proper little slide deck to talk to, but the purpose of this was really just to speak speak to Nick's audience and get you guys fired up. So thanks for your attendance. Bye for now. See you, Scotty.
Bye, mate.